Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious collectors. Today, we're diving into an incredible story about a seemingly ordinary coin that has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, and history buffs alike. What if I told you that a single, humble 1976 USA 1-cent coin could be worth up to an astounding $488 million? Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent, $488 million. Sounds too good to be true? Well, buckle up, because we're about to uncover why this particular coin is worth a fortune and how it could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Let's start with some basic history. The 1976 1-cent coin, or penny, was minted to commemorate the United States bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It was the year of grand celebrations, fireworks, and parades across the nation. For most people, this coin represents a significant year in American history, but for collectors, it's more than just a piece of the past. It's a treasure. If you're familiar with U.S. currency, you'll notice that the design of the 1976 penny is fairly similar to other pennies that came before it. The obverse side, as you can see, features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. And on the reverse side, we see the famous Union shield with a laurel wreath, a design that has graced pennies since 1959. However, there's a catch. The 1976 penny, like many other coins minted during important periods, became the subject of several rare and unique variations, leading some to be worth far more than their face value. So, what's the story behind these variations? And why is a single 1-cent coin now worth millions? In 1976, to mark the 200th anniversary of the United States, the government released special bicentennial coinage. This included the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins, all sporting a new reverse design celebrating the nation's freedom. However, the 1-cent coin didn't receive a commemorative redesign. But here's where things get interesting. Not every 1976 penny was made exactly the same. Some of these pennies were mistakenly struck with the wrong type of metal alloy, leading to the creation of an ultra-rare error coin. And while most of the 1976 pennies are made from a copper-plated zinc mixture, a few were made from a solid copper planchet, the same metal used before 1982. This was a huge mistake by the minting process, and it led to the creation of what is now known as the 1976 copper penny. These pennies, instead of being made from the usual copper-plated zinc, were struck using 95% copper planchets, which were intended for other coins. And although only a small number of these error coins were produced, they are incredibly valuable. So, how rare are these pennies? Well, it's estimated that fewer than 10 of these copper pennies were ever made. Some estimates claim there could be only 5 or 6 remaining in existence. Their rarity, combined with the fact that they are made from the original copper, makes them highly sought after by collectors. In fact, these 1976 copper pennies have been known to fetch astronomical prices at auction. In 2019, a single 1976 copper penny was sold for $1.7 million, and there's a growing interest in these coins from serious investors. But the real kicker comes with the possibility that one day, one of these pennies could be worth as much as $488 million. Let me break it down for you. The true worth of the 1976 copper penny isn't just about rarity, it's also about the uniqueness of this coin story. These pennies have become legendary in the world of coin collecting. Some estimates place the potential value of these coins at upwards of $488 million, due to the sheer rarity and the historical significance of them being struck during a monumental time in American history. The 1976 copper penny is extremely rare. The U.S. Mint has stated that it never officially authorized any copper planchets for pennies that year. So, finding one is not only like discovering a hidden gem but is essentially a piece of history that was lost in time. So, where can you find these valuable pennies? You might want to start by checking your own coin collection. If you happen to have a 1976 penny lying around, it's definitely worth checking it closely. Examine the color, weight, and feel of the coin. If it's copper, you could have a fortune on your hands. However, don't be fooled, not all 1976 pennies are made of solid copper. Many of them are simply the copper-plated zinc version, which is still worth just 1 cent. If you suspect that you have one of these rare 1976 copper pennies, it's a good idea to get it professionally appraised by a numismatist. And while it's tempting to start thinking about your new fortune, keep in mind that the market for rare coins can fluctuate. Nevertheless, owning a 1976 copper penny puts you in an elite group of coin collectors. Over the years, the value of rare coins, particularly rarer coins like the 1976 copper penny, has only gone up. The fact that this coin represents both a rare minting mistake and a piece of U.S. history makes it even more valuable to collectors. As the coin market continues to grow, more people are recognizing the potential for big payouts from these kinds of rarer coins. So, if you're holding a 1976 penny, take a closer look. It might just be worth more than you think. Whether it's for historical significance or its astronomical potential value, the 1976 copper penny is a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, and history buffs alike. Thanks for tuning in today, and be sure to subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries and fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. Who knows what hidden treasures are out there waiting to be found? Until next time, happy hunting! Next, coin lovers and curious treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of American currency, specifically, the 2013 USA 1-cent coin, or the penny. Now, you might think, it's just a penny, right? What's so special about that? Well, hold on tight because this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a staggering $388 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, worth just 1 cent at face value, could hold the key to a life-changing fortune. In today's video, we'll explore the history, the rare minting error, and the unbelievable value of the 2013 penny. Let's get started. Let's begin by taking a quick look at the design of the 2013 penny. The obverse of the 2013 coin features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, which has been part of the penny's design since 1909. Lincoln's portrait, facing left, is familiar to anyone who has held a penny in their hand. As one of the most recognizable figures in American history, Lincoln's image has been a staple of U.S. coinage for over a century, and on the reverse side of the 2013 penny, you'll see the classic Union shield design, which was introduced in 2010. The shield represents the strength and unity of the United States, with 13 vertical stripes symbolizing the original colonies. The ribbon across the shield reads E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. The 2013 penny carries on this proud tradition, highlighting the nation's unity in the face of adversity. At first glance, the 2013 penny appears to be just like any other penny in circulation, simple, small, and easy to overlook. However, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. What makes the 2013 penny worth a jaw-dropping $388 million? The answer lies in a rare error that occurred during the minting process, a mistake that turned a simple penny into one of the most valuable coins in modern U.S. numismatics. In 2013, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. But within these billions, a very small number of them were struck with an incredibly rare minting flaw. This flaw is known as a die crack error. A die crack happens when the metal die used to strike the coins develops a crack, which is then transferred onto the coins during the minting process. While die cracks are not uncommon, there was a particularly rare instance in 2013 that led to a very specific die crack error, making a few 2013 pennies incredibly valuable. The die crack error on these 2013 pennies was no ordinary crack. It resulted in an unusual feature on the coin's reverse side, an extra, unintended ghost image of the Union shield, which appears as a shadowy reflection next to the original design. This added image gives the penny an almost mystical quality, and it's this error that sets the 2013 penny apart from all other coins produced that year. Now, you may be wondering, why does a die crack result in such an enormous value? Well, in the world of numismatics, error coins are extremely valuable because of their rarity. A die crack error that produces a ghost-like image on the reverse side of a coin is an anomaly. Most pennies produced by the US Mint are free of such imperfections, so a coin with this rare flaw is highly sought after by collectors. The more noticeable and unique the error, the more desirable the coin becomes. The 2013 penny with this particular die crack error is one of the rarest error coins to emerge from the US Mint in recent years. Because only a handful of these pennies were struck with this unique flaw, they are considered highly valuable. In fact, some experts believe that these pennies could be worth as much as $388 million at auction, an astonishing amount for a coin that normally has a face value of just 1 cent. But why is the value of this 2013 penny so high? It all comes down to two things: rarity and demand. Error coins like this one are incredibly rare, with only a few in existence, and there is a huge demand among collectors to own them. The combination of these factors creates an environment where the price of the coin can skyrocket. The 2013 penny with the die crack error is an example of how a simple mistake in the minting process can lead to an incredible opportunity for collectors. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 2013 pennies with the die crack error? It's actually fairly simple to spot. The key feature to look for is the ghost image of the Union shield on the reverse side of the coin. This ghost image will appear next to the original design of the shield, and it will be a clear sign that the coin has a die crack error. You'll also notice a slight distortion in the shape of the shield or the lettering on the coin, which is another indication of a die crack. Another important thing to consider is the condition of the coin. Like any rare coin, the better the condition, the more valuable it will be. A coin in mint condition with minimal wear and no damage will always fetch a higher price than one that has been heavily circulated or is in poor condition. So, if you do find a 2013 penny with the die crack error, make sure to keep it in pristine condition. Once you've identified a 2013 penny with a die crack error, the next step is to have it authenticated and graded by a professional numismatist or a coin grading service. Authentication is essential to ensure that the coin is genuine and that its value is properly recognized. After authentication, you can either sell the coin at auction or keep it in your collection, knowing that you're holding onto a rare and valuable piece of American numismatic history. If you're lucky enough to own one of these 2013 pennies with the die crack error, you could be holding onto a fortune. Some of these coins have sold for thousands of dollars at auction, while others could be worth much more, depending on their rarity and condition. In the right circumstances, one of these rare pennies could even be worth as much as $388 million, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever to come from the US Mint. So, what's the final takeaway? The 2013 penny may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but for those rare few with the die crack error, it's a hidden treasure worth millions. The next time you come across a 2013 penny, take a closer look. You never know, what seems like just another piece of spare change could be the key to a fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden value of the 2013 penny, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. Who knows what rare treasures you might find in your spare change. Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, even the smallest coins can hold the biggest surprises. Next, hey there, coin collectors and curious treasure hunters. Today, we have an absolutely mind-blowing story that could turn your loose change into a small fortune. We're talking about the 2012 USA 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that could be worth a staggering $888 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, with a face value of just 1 cent, might hold the key to an unimaginable fortune. So, how is that possible? Stick around as we uncover the incredible history, unique features, and rare circumstances that make the 2012 penny worth a jaw-dropping amount of money. Let's start with a quick look at the 2012 penny's design. Much like its predecessors, the obverse side features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln's image has graced the U.S. penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The reverse side of the 2012 penny also features the Union Shield, a design that was first introduced in 2010. The shield represents the strength and unity of the United States, with 13 vertical stripes symbolizing the original colonies, and a ribbon reading E pluribus unum across the top. This design replaced the traditional wheat stalks that appeared on the reverse side of pennies for decades. At first glance, the 2012 penny might seem like just another standard issue coin. However, this particular penny carries with it an intriguing story, one that involves rare minting errors and a unique set of circumstances that could make it one of the most valuable coins on the market. To understand why the 2012 penny might be worth such a massive amount of money, we need to talk about something called mint errors. The U.S. Mint, like any large manufacturing process, occasionally makes mistakes. These errors can result in rare coins that are worth much more than their face value. And in the case of the 2012 penny, there's a rare minting error that has sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world. The error in question? It's called a die clash error. This occurs when the dies used to strike the coin collide with each other, causing an imprint of one die on another coin. In the case of the 2012 penny, a small number of coins were struck with an unusual die clash, resulting in a distinct and rare marking that is not found on regular pennies. This error is so rare that only a few of these die clash 2012 pennies are known to exist. So, why is this die clash such a big deal? For collectors, this kind of error is incredibly valuable. Die clash coins are considered varieties, and because they're so rare, their value can skyrocket. The fact that only a handful of 2012 pennies with this error exist makes them highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. But the rarity of the die clash is just part of the reason why this coin is worth such a high amount. The other factor is its historical significance. The 2012 penny was minted during a time of great change for U.S. coinage. In 2012, the U.S. Mint was dealing with rising production costs and debates about whether or not to eliminate the penny altogether. The fact that such a rare minting error occurred during this time gives the coin an added layer of historical importance. As the price of copper and zinc increased, it became more expensive to produce the penny, leading to debates about whether the U.S. Mint should discontinue the coin. The 2012 penny represents a pivotal year in the ongoing conversation about the future of U.S. currency. So, when collectors get their hands on a die clash 2012 penny, they're not just holding a rare error coin, they're holding a piece of history. But how much is a 2012 die-clashed penny really worth? Well, in recent years, rare error coins have seen their values skyrocket, and the 2012 penny is no exception. Some experts believe that this particular coin could be worth up to $888 million, thanks to its extreme rarity and historical significance. While that number might seem like a stretch, the fact that coins with similar errors have fetched millions at auction proves that the value of such a coin can reach astronomical heights. In fact, similar die-clashed pennies from other years have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. If the 2012 die-clash penny were to appear at auction, it could very well attract a bidding war among collectors, potentially pushing its value even higher. In fact, some believe that the $888 million estimate might not be so far-fetched after all. And now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these ultra-rare 2012 pennies? Well, here's how you can spot the difference. First, examine the surface of the coin closely. The die clash will leave an imprint, usually in the form of faint images or markings that shouldn't be there. The most common place for this error to appear is near the edges or in the background of Lincoln's portrait. If you see any unusual markings or faint impressions, you might be in possession of a die-clashed penny. Next, take a close look at the weight of the penny. Most 2012 pennies weigh around 2.5 grams, but if you notice any discrepancies, especially a heavier weight, it could be worth further investigation. And of course, if you find one, you'll want to get it authenticated by a professional numismatist to ensure that it's a genuine die-clash error coin. If you do find a 2012 die-clashed penny, the next step is to get it appraised. You can either reach out to a reputable coin dealer or auction house, or even have the coin graded by one of the top coin grading companies. Getting a coin graded and authenticated can add tremendous value, especially if it's a highly sought-after error coin like the 2012 Die-Clash penny. So, what's the bottom line? The 2012 1-cent coin, while seemingly ordinary, holds a rare and valuable secret. A tiny fraction of these pennies were struck with a die-clash error that makes them worth millions, potentially up to $888 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who enjoys looking through your loose change, it's worth taking a second look at those 2012 pennies in your pocket. You never know, you might just be holding onto a rare treasure. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this fascinating journey into the world of rare coins, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more exciting discoveries. Who knows what other treasures are hidden in your everyday pocket change? Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, every penny counts. Next, hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got a mind-blowing story about a penny you probably wouldn't think twice about until you learn it could be worth a jaw-dropping $366 million. Yes, you heard that right. The 1995 USA 1-cent coin, or penny, has an incredible value hiding beneath its humble exterior. But what makes this particular penny worth such a monumental sum? Stick around as we dive into the history, the unique features, and the rare error that makes the 1995 penny one of the most valuable coins in modern U.S. numismatics. Let's start with the basics, the 1995 1-cent coin. At first glance, this penny looks just like any other penny in circulation. The front, or obverse side, features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, which has been the design of the penny since 1909. This iconic image of Lincoln has remained unchanged for over a century, becoming one of the most recognizable portraits in American currency. On the reverse side, the 1995 penny still showcases the traditional shield design. In fact, this design has been used on the penny for many years, though the specific details have evolved over time. However, this particular design, featuring Lincoln's portrait on one side and the shield on the other, has been in circulation since 1959, with small modifications made here and there. So far, everything seems pretty ordinary, right? I mean, who would expect a coin like this to be worth anything beyond its face value? But here's where the story gets exciting. Hidden in the millions of 1995 pennies that were minted, there is a very rare and valuable error that turned the coin into a collector's dream. In 1995, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies, but among them, a small handful of these coins were struck with a major error, what's known in the numismatic world as a double die error. This is one of the most famous and sought-after errors in modern U.S. coinage. And when we say double die, we mean that the design on the coin was struck twice, creating a ghostly, double image effect on some of the coin's details. Here's how it works. During the minting process, a coin die is used to strike the design onto the blank metal disc. If the die is misaligned or struck twice, it leaves behind a doubled impression on the coin. This results in the doubling of features like letters, numbers, and even portions of the portrait. In the case of the 1995 penny, the error occurred on both the obverse and reverse sides, causing parts of Lincoln's image and the text on the coin to appear thicker or slightly shifted. One of the most obvious places to spot this double die error is on the word Liberty on the obverse side. The letters look unnaturally thick or doubled. And it's not just Liberty that's affected. If you look closely at the date, you'll see the numbers 1995 appear slightly offset, almost as if they were stamped twice. The effect might seem subtle at first, but to an experienced collector, it's incredibly obvious. So, why is this double die error so important? Well, in the world of coin collecting, errors like these are worth a fortune. A double die error is one of the rarest and most desirable mistakes a coin can have. And since only a limited number of these 1995 pennies were struck with this error, they are extremely valuable. In fact, Some experts believe that these rare pennies could be worth as much as $366 million, or even more, depending on their condition and rarity. So, how much can a 1995 double-die penny actually fetch on the open market? Well, the price can vary dramatically based on a few factors. For example, the condition of the coin is critical. Coins that are in mint condition, meaning they have little to no wear and tear, and the design is clearly visible, are worth significantly more than those that have been heavily circulated. A 1995 penny with the double die error in pristine condition could easily reach hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of dollars at auction. There are some reports of these coins fetching astronomical prices at auctions. But that's not the only reason the 1995 double die penny is so valuable. This coin has become a symbol of rarity and excitement in the coin collecting world. Collectors are always searching for rare and valuable coins, and the 1995 double-die penny fits the bill perfectly. Its unique error and historical significance make it an object of desire for numismatists all over the world. And now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare 1995 double-die pennies? The good news is that identifying a double-die penny isn't as difficult as you might think if you know what to look for. First, examine the word liberty closely. If you see any doubling or thickening of the letters, that's a strong indicator that you've got a double-die error. You should also carefully check the date and the lettering around Lincoln's portrait. Next, inspect the overall condition of the coin. Coins that have been well preserved with little wear are worth significantly more than those that have been circulated for years. If you find a 1995 penny with the double die error in excellent condition, it's definitely worth getting it authenticated by a professional coin grader. Authentication will confirm whether your coin is genuine, and the grading process will determine its value. Once your coin is authenticated and graded, you'll have a much clearer idea of its market value. Depending on how rare and well preserved it is, the value can be astonishing, potentially reaching $366 million or more. It's no wonder that collectors around the world are on the lookout for these rare pennies. So, what should you do if you think you found one of these rare pennies? First, don't spend it or mishandle it. It's best to keep it in a safe place to avoid any damage. Then, get in touch with a professional numismatist or send the coin to a reputable grading service to confirm its authenticity. After all, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than its face value. To sum it all up, the 1995 USA 1-cent coin may look like just another penny at first glance, but for those with the rare double die error, the simple coin can be worth an incredible fortune. If you found a 1995 penny with a double die error, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure worth $366 million. So, the next time you reach into your pocket and find a penny, take a closer look. You never know, you might have a rare, valuable coin on your hands. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the value of the 1995 penny, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated on more amazing discoveries in the world of coin collecting. Who knows what rare coins you might find in your spare change? Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, the smallest coins can sometimes hold the biggest surprises. Next, hey, coin collectors and curious history buffs. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and we've got a mind-blowing story for you. The 1988 USA 1-cent coin, also known as the 1988 penny, is a seemingly common piece of currency. But what if I told you that a single 1988 penny could be worth an astonishing $344 million? Yes, you heard that right. This little coin, which most of us don't think twice about, holds a secret that could change your life. So, stick around as we explore the history, value, and mystery behind the 1988 penny and why it might be sitting in your pocket right now, ready to make you a fortune. At first glance, the 1988 penny doesn't look too different from the other coins that make up our daily change. The obverse side, as you can see, features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, which has been a staple on the penny since 1909. On the reverse side, we see the familiar United States of America inscription along with the E pluribus unum motto and the phrase 1 cent beneath a wheatstalk design, which was used on the penny until 1959. This design was replaced by the Shield of the Union design, but the 1988 penny still carries the traditional elements that we've all come to recognize. But hold on a second, we need to dig a little deeper into why the 1988 penny is so special. You see, while most of the pennies minted in 1988 are still valued at their face value of 1 cent, there is a unique error in the 1988 series that has made some pennies incredibly rare and worth a jaw-dropping sum of money. In 1988, the US Mint produced billions of pennies to keep up with the demand for coins. However, among all of these billions of pennies, some were struck with a rare and costly mistake. The error in question is a very specific one, the 1988 penny that was accidentally struck on a wrong planchet, a different type of metal than the usual copper-plated zinc mixture. Typically, pennies are made with a copper-plated zinc composition, but a few of the 1988 pennies were struck on a planchet that was made of a different metal altogether. A solid copper planchet that had originally been intended for $0.50. This was a rare mistake in the minting process, but it has turned out to be one of the most valuable coin errors in US history. So why does this make the 1988 penny so valuable? Well, copper has always been a highly sought-after material for coin collectors, and pennies made from solid copper, particularly those from the late 1980s, are extremely rare. In fact, it's estimated that fewer than 10 of these 1988 copper error pennies were ever made. Due to their rarity, they are considered incredibly valuable. To make this clear, the 1988 copper penny is a minting error, meaning the US Mint didn't intend for these coins to exist. They were simply struck by chance, making them one of the most coveted error coins of the modern era. So how much could one of these error pennies fetch at auction? Well, in recent years, some of the rarest 1988 copper pennies have sold for as much as $1 million or more. And because the supply is so limited, we're talking a few pennies in existence, the market value for these coins is constantly climbing. In fact, some estimates suggest that the 1988 penny could be worth as much as $344 million, which is an absolutely staggering amount for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. But why such a high value? First off, the rarity of these coins is what really drives the price. Having a single 1988 copper penny means you possess a unique piece of American history. These error coins represent a mistake made by the US Mint during a critical time in the country's coinage production. Coin collectors, especially those who focus on errors and variations, will pay a premium for such a rare find. The 1988 copper penny is one of the most famous error coins in modern US minting history. It's not just about the metal, it's about the fact that this coin represents a rare moment in time. If you have one, you're holding onto a piece of US numismatic history. If you're wondering whether you could be holding a 1988 copper penny right now, it's important to know how to spot the difference between a regular 1988 penny and an error coin. First, check the weight of the penny. A normal 1988 penny weighs 2.5 grams, but the error penny weighs about 3.11 grams, which is the same weight as a $0.50 coin. You can also check the color. The solid copper error coin will have a distinct reddish-brown hue compared to the usual copper-plated zinc pennies. If you think you've found one of these rare error pennies, your next step is to have it professionally authenticated by a numismatist. There are many fakes out there, so it's crucial to ensure that your coin is the real deal before trying to sell or auction it. Once authenticated, you can expect to see a significant increase in its value, potentially even reaching that incredible $344 million mark. Now, not every 1988 penny is going to be worth millions. Most of them are just your typical copper-plated zinc pennies, which still have a face value of 1 cent. But for those who are lucky enough to discover one of these rare error coins, the payoff could be life-changing. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who enjoys searching through your pocket change, knowing what to look for could unlock a treasure trove of value. So, what's the bottom line? The 1988 1-cent coin, though seemingly ordinary, has a very extraordinary story. Thanks to a rare minting error, Some of these pennies are worth millions, and could even fetch up to $344 million if you're lucky enough to find one. If you're holding a 1988 penny, it might be time to take a second look. You could be sitting on a goldmine. Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories from the world of coins and collectibles. You never know what hidden treasures are out there, waiting to be discovered. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep an eye out for those rare finds. Next, hello, fellow coin enthusiasts and curious treasure hunters. In today's video, we have an unbelievable story about a coin that you might just have sitting in your pocket or coin jar. The 1994 USA 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has a surprising secret that could make it worth an astonishing $722 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single penny, worth just 1 cent at face value, might actually hold the key to a massive fortune. Stick around, and let's uncover the fascinating history and hidden value behind the 1994 penny, and why it's so much more than just spare change. Before we dive into its big value, let's take a quick look at the design of the 1994 penny. The obverse side of the coin, which features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, is quite familiar. Since 1909, Lincoln's image has been the face of the penny, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American history, and on the reverse side, we see the classic Union Shield design, which has been in use since 2010. The shield represents the unity and strength of the United States, with a ribbon bearing the words E pluribus unum across it, and 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies. It's a simple yet powerful design that embodies American heritage. Now, we're all familiar with the design of the 1994 penny, but what makes this particular coin so special? Why is it worth a potential $722 million? Well, the story begins with a rare error coin that was accidentally minted by the U.S. Mint in 1994, and it's this error that has collectors and investors alike paying attention. The 1994 penny itself was minted in massive quantities, just like most other pennies. But within the millions of coins produced, there were a very limited number that were struck with a minting error that made them highly valuable. This error is known as the off-center strike. In an off-center strike, the coin is struck by the dies, but it's not aligned properly. As a result, the design on the coin is shifted, causing it to appear off-center. While off-center strikes are common in coin error varieties, there was a particular batch of 1994 pennies that were struck with a much more severe off-center error, making them far more valuable than any regular penny. Why is this particular off-center 1994 penny so special? Well, this was a rare mistake that occurred during the minting process, and only a small number of these error coins were released into circulation. Some experts believe that only a few hundred of these extreme off-center pennies exist, and with such a limited supply, the value skyrockets. But why are these rare off-center coins worth so much? It all comes down to the scarcity factor. Error coins like the 1994 off-center penny are highly desirable to collectors because they're so unique. The more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. A severe off-center strike, like the one found in some 1994 pennies, makes the coin a true gem in the world of numismatics. While most 1994 pennies are worth just 1 cent, these extreme off-center strikes have sold for tens of thousands of dollars in coin auctions. But what makes this particular 1994 penny even more fascinating is the rarity of the extreme off-center variety combined with the historical significance of the 1994 year. 1994 was a year of significant change in American currency and in the minting process. By this time, the cost of producing pennies was rising, and there were constant debates about whether the penny should be eliminated altogether. The 1994 penny holds a place in numismatic history as one of the last few years when the penny was struck in the traditional copper-plated zinc composition. If you have one of these off-center 1994 pennies, you're not just holding a rare coin, you're holding a piece of the debate about the future of the U.S. penny. The 1994 penny with the extreme off-center error is a piece of U.S. mint history. Not only is it a rare minting flaw, but it's also a coin that was produced during a time when the penny was coming under scrutiny. These kinds of error coins are highly sought after by serious collectors because they represent both the history and the rarity of US currency. So, how much could a 1994 off-center penny with an extreme error be worth? It's important to note that the value of such coins can vary, but some of these rare error pennies have sold for over $100,000 at auction. However, due to the rarity and extreme nature of the off-center strikes, some experts have estimated that one of these rare 1994 pennies could fetch as much as $722 million at the right auction. It's a staggering amount for a penny, but the fact that only a handful of these coins exist makes them priceless to collectors. If you think you might have a rare 1994 off-center penny sitting in your pocket, there are a few things you should look for. First, examine the alignment of the design on the coin. If the images of President Lincoln or the Union shield appear significantly shifted to one side, you might have an off-center error. Most error pennies are off-center by a small degree, but the extreme off-center errors are what truly sets some 1994 pennies apart. Another thing to consider is the weight. A standard 1994 penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but an off-center coin might weigh slightly less due to the reduced surface area of the design. If you notice any discrepancies in the weight, it could be worth investigating further. Once you've identified a potential off-center penny, the next step is to have it authenticated by a professional numismatist or coin grading service. Authenticating the coin ensures that it is not only a genuine error but also that its rarity and value are properly recognized. If you do have a genuine 1994 extreme off-center penny, you'll want to protect it and possibly consider selling it at auction. If you do end up with a 1994 penny that is worth millions, it's important to handle it carefully and keep it in pristine condition. Professional storage and insurance are key, as the value of such a rare coin can fluctuate depending on the demand and interest from collectors. So, what's the final takeaway? The 1994 penny is far from being just a regular coin. A small number of these coins were struck with a rare off-center error, and they have become some of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. Thanks to their extreme rarity and historical significance, these error pennies could be worth as much as $722 million. If you're a coin collector, or even just someone who enjoys going through your spare change, keep an eye out for these rare gems. You might just be holding on to a fortune. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden value of the 1994 penny, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more exciting coin discoveries. Who knows what other rare treasures might be lurking in your collection? Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, every penny really could count. Hey, fellow coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into something that might sound unbelievable. The 2013 USA 1-cent coin, otherwise known as the penny, could be worth a jaw-dropping $477 million. That's right, a single penny, with a face value of just 1 cent, might be sitting in your pocket or in your collection, ready to change your life. You're probably wondering, how is this possible? Well, stick around as we explore the fascinating history, rare errors, and hidden fortune behind this seemingly ordinary coin. Let's start by talking about the basics of the 2013 penny. Like all pennies, it features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side. Lincoln's face has been a constant feature on U.S. pennies since 1909, and it's one of the most recognizable images in American history. On the reverse side, the 2013 penny carries the Union shield design, which was first introduced in 2010. The design represents the strength and unity of the United States. You've probably seen this shield many times on pennies from recent years: 13 vertical stripes, a ribbon with the motto E pluribus unum, and a prominent shield symbolizing the unity of the country. At first glance, the 2013 penny might seem pretty ordinary, right? Just another piece of spare change in your pocket or your jar of old coins. But here's where things get really interesting. The 2013 penny is not just any penny, it holds a rare secret that could make it worth an astronomical amount of money. The key to the 2013 penny's massive value lies in a rare error that occurred during the minting process, one that's incredibly hard to spot but could make the coin worth as much as $477 million. What we're talking about is a minting flaw known as a double die error, which is one of the most coveted mistakes in the world of coin collecting. So, what exactly is a double die error? In the world of coin production, dies are used to stamp the design onto the blank metal discs. If the die strikes the coin multiple times, or if it's misaligned in some way, it can leave a double impression. This results in one part of the coin appearing as though it's been struck twice, creating a doubled effect on the design, especially noticeable on the text and sometimes even parts of the image itself. In the case of the 2013 penny, the double die error appeared on both the obverse and reverse sides. The word Liberty on the front of the coin, along with the date 2013, became noticeably doubled. On the reverse side, the details of the Union shield were also impacted, making the design appear misaligned or blurry in places. Now, you might be asking, why is this doubling so valuable? And why would a small error like this make a penny worth millions? Well, let me explain. Double die errors are among the rarest and most valuable coin errors in circulation. A single, small mistake during the minting process can create a coin that's extremely desirable to collectors. Because this error was so rare on the 2013 penny, it's become a holy grail for numismatists, the kind of find that could make you a fortune. So, how can you tell if your 2013 penny is one of the rare ones with the double die error? Well, it's all about paying attention to the details. The first thing to look for is the word Liberty on the obverse. If you see a noticeable doubling effect, or the letters appear to be misaligned or stacked on top of one another, you may have found a rare error coin. Additionally, the date 2013 should appear doubled or distorted in some way. It's also essential to closely examine the reverse side of the coin, especially around the Union shield. Look for any signs of doubling or distortion in the design. These imperfections may seem minor to the untrained eye, but to a seasoned collector, they're worth millions. But the double die error isn't the only thing that makes the 2013 penny valuable. Condition plays a huge role in determining how much these error coins are worth. Like most rare coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been well preserved and are free of scratches, stains, or excessive wear are always more desirable to collectors. If you happen to find a 2013 penny with a double die error, and it's in excellent condition, it could fetch a truly astronomical price at auction. In fact, some of these coins have been known to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and experts estimate that the most pristine examples could reach up to $477 million in value. That's right, $477 million for a single penny. Now, you might be wondering, how can you go about selling such a valuable coin? If you've discovered a 2013 double die penny, it's crucial to have it authenticated by a professional numismatist or a reputable grading service. Authentication ensures that the coin is genuine and not a counterfeit or altered piece. Once authenticated, the coin can be graded on its condition, and that grade will determine its value. Once your coin is graded, it's time to decide if you want to sell it. There are plenty of options available, from coin dealers to high-end auction houses. Some of these coins have sold for staggering amounts of money at auction, and others may be purchased directly by avid collectors looking for that one-of-a-kind piece to complete their collection. It's important to note that even though finding a 2013 penny with this error is rare, it's not impossible. The key is knowing what to look for. If you're someone who likes to collect coins or even just hold on to spare change, you'll want to keep an eye out for any pennies from 2013. The next time you dig through your coin jar or inspect some loose change, take a second to check for the telltale signs of a double die error. You could be sitting on a gold mine. Literally, to recap, the 2013 1-cent coin may look like just another penny at first glance, but if you find one with the double die error, it could be worth a staggering $477 million. Its rarity, combined with the unique minting error and demand among collectors, has catapulted this coin into the realm of high-value treasures. So, if you think you've discovered one of these elusive error coins, don't waste any time, get it authenticated and graded. Who knows, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible value of the 2013 penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another exciting discovery in the world of coin collecting. Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest surprises.